one is called Walter Peak. And the first European to settle in the region was a Welshman from Wales, Mr. William Rees. And Mr. Rees was farming all around the lake. His brother-in-law was from Germany, actually, Mr. Tunzelman. And Mr. Rees had one son, and he named his son Cecil Walter Rees. And then he named these two mountains after his son, Cecil Peak and Walter Peak. Gosh, a little bit of rain. Sorry about the rain. People, what did you all do this morning? Is that too cold? Is that a bit cold? Yeah, just turn it away from you. I can turn it on. Mr. Alexander Humboldt, and they're called the Humboldt Mountain Ranges. And they go all the way from here, all the way through to Milford Sound on the other side. But there's no road through here, and there's no tunnel through here. The government was going to build a main road and a tunnel through those mountains. And then they decided, no, they won't do that because they didn't want to disrupt the countryside and the mountains and the people living in Glenorchy. So when you're driving to Milford Sound from Queenstown, you actually go out the other side and you drive 4 hours all the way around those mountains and you come out down there at Milford Sound, okay? But if it was a nice sunny day and you jumped in an aeroplane from Queenstown, you could be in Milford Sound in 20 minutes. So the bottom of this lake is 100 metres below sea level. Kind of a bit crazy, really. Yeah. To the glaciers today. Not many people, but a lot of animals. So New Zealand was founded around farming, sheep and cattle, and now we farm deer as well. So out on these farms, you say 300? You say how many? 500. 500. Anyone else? Yeah. I actually don't know. Okay, but I think you two ladies, it's a pretty good guess, so you should have a piece of chocolate each. There you go, one for you. Who said? It says, welcome to Glenorchy, gateway to paradise, because you have to drive through Glenorchy to get to paradise. You see little old houses, buses. They're just starting to build some new houses actually, it's just getting a little bit bigger. This little village is burning off some timber over there. Have a look at this camping ground on the right hand side. They only opened this about 6 months ago, brand new, all powered by solar panels. And see the statues of these birds? They were New Zealand's largest native bird called the moa. Those big birds used to run all around the country before we Europeans arrived, and the Maori people used to hunt them for food. So unfortunately they were hunted to extinction. Chickens live at the school or go to the school.
Why the chickens?
They like farming the chickens for the eggs for the village, and the children collect the eggs and give them to their parents each night. The little church, the International Library. How cute is that?
Yeah.
Small. Little balcony. Down here the red shed. In the early 1900s, before they built the road, the big ships used to bring food, supplies, even sheep and cows out to Glenorchy. And they would unload it into the little trailer there. And into the little red shed was like a trading post where the farmers and the gold miners used to come from their villages in the mountain. And they would all meet here and get their food and supplies from this shed where the big ship used to come. Glenorchy Bay. Hey, I see some people, they're going on a commercial jet boating trip over here.
Oh, I was wondering what those red things were. They're life jackets.
Life jackets. Yeah, they're going to take them up into the forest. There's a river runs through the forest, and that's where they're going. So they come out of the lake, that boat comes out of the lake straight up into the river. Now, people, I have some umbrellas in the back. If anybody wants to go for a little walk out onto the jetty, or have a look in that red shed over there. Okay. Glenorchy golf course. Only 6 holes, so you have to go around 3 times to make 18. Okay, now I just noticed they've got another little trail up here. So we are heading towards paradise, people. Let's go and find paradise up in the mountains.
New Zealand.
They all live in Australia. Nothing dangerous in New Zealand.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. The most dangerous thing in New Zealand is the farmer's cow, if she is protecting her little calf, you know. But most of the time, even the cows are very pleasant. A little bit of snow on the tops. So it is looking, people, like the weather is clearing a little bit, and fingers crossed for you people going to Milford Sound tomorrow that it's a nice day. Sometimes if you get the snow melt and the rain at the same time, but it also empties out quite quickly as well. They filmed it actually in 7 different countries, but he was flying around in his helicopters up here 2 years ago. Some of the scenes from the Chronicles of Narnia, The Lord of the Rings, of course, The Hobbits, Hugh Jackman from Australia with X-Men, Wolverine X-Men Origins was filmed. Some of it was filmed up in here and in Canada, actually, between Canada and New Zealand. Hugh Jackman, when we come out of this valley and we go to another valley, I'll show you some sheep that are quite high up, not that high, but some that are already quite high up. But in the winter time, the snow can fall right down here onto this road, and so these animals in the winter they're often walking around in the snow when the snow comes, of course. Oh, depending on the farmer, the lambs maybe 1 to 2 years. The breeding sheep, or the sheep for the wool, leave beech trees. And this forest started growing up, they tell us, about 800 years ago, so not really that long ago. And this forest is the 3rd largest native heritage park in the South Island. It's named after a mountain over by Wanaka, Mount Aspiring. Beautiful forest. I'll show you just a little part of the forest. Which live on the tops of these mountains. Sometimes they come down into the forest. So it's cold, it's fresh, and it tastes delicious. You can drink this water. No pollution whatsoever in this water. Straight from the icy mountain.